Hey there, and welcome back to GenXGrownUp. I'm George, and this is Bit by Bit. Today, we've got some new Atari cartridges coming out for the 7800. We've also got a kind of a major loss to the Mortal Kombat world, and somebody decided to build a working retro handheld out of Lego. Let's go check it out. All right, our first bit is here from the sixthaxis.com. Although GenXGrownUp kind of reported on this a little while ago, I'll put the link up here in the corner for you guys to take a look at of that video. But there are some new Atari 7800 cartridges coming out, and these look fantastic. I love the graphics on these. So when we did our video a while back, we didn't have a lot of details, but now we do. So these cartridges are first going to be Galaga. I love Alien Swarm Attack. That's not the full title of the cartridge, just Galaga. Pac-Man Double Feature, which gives you the 2600, and arguably the best console release of Pac-Man ever. And the 7800 edition. All of these, by the way, are 7800 editions, except for that one. Dig Dug and Xevious. So these are going to be coming out on November 21st, as you can see right here. And I think, yeah, right down here we've got the title, the pricing for each one of them. $30 American, looks like 30 euros and 25 pounds. So I know that's not really a discount if you live in England, but it's a hell of a nice look whenever you're looking at some of these beautiful cartridges. They've got an announcement trailer here from PlayOn, who is releasing these cartridges. This looks to be an absolute blast. I can't wait to get a hold of some of these myself. All right, here's a little piece of interesting hardware bit from techieblog.com. GameSir is releasing a little Gameboy thing that you can clip onto your smartphone. You can see it right here in the image, ladies and gentlemen. This thing looks pretty damn cool, although I'm kind of wondering, how it's going to feel in your hand. So you can see there's some close-up images here. This was shown off at the Tokyo Game Show booth a couple of weekends ago. We've got, all the standard buttons that you might expect. And I think there's an image down here. Yeah, you can see some shoulder buttons on the back, but I'm just not sure what this is going to do to the weight and balance of your phone. But at least, it puts the phone in the proper orientation for a Game Boy. Whatever emulator you're going to look. Let's see. It adds 150 grams, and that's what it weighs in without the phone. So not huge, but still a little weird. Let's see if we can get some pricing details. We got the D-pads, the C and D, but yeah, all that stuff is standard. It's got this interesting little hinge mechanism here that lets your phone slip in. Bluetooth pairing, looks like that's available, but it's, of course, going to work with your USB-C connection. They don't have a price on this. Battery life expectancy is to be 8 to 10 hours, and I think that USB-C is also, it's a pass-through port, so you can still charge your phone and the GameSir device with it on your phone. So that's really nice. That's a clever piece of tech to put in there. I can't wait to see when this thing hits the market. How much would you guys pay for this? Put a comment down below and let me know. From Jimatsu.com, Blood Refresh Supply has been announced for releases on the PS5, Xbox Series, Switch to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. So this is a game that's from Night Dive Studios and published by Warner Brothers. This game it's going to come out on December 4th for $30 for everything except for the Switch 2, which will then come out later in 2026. It was released 6 years ago originally, and fans love it. Look, it's got kind of a Doom vibe, so you can imagine why I put this in the Bit by Bit episode this week. Blood Refresh Supply is the definitive remaster of the 1997 cult classic. A lot of great features in here. Here we go. Legendary blood-soaked shooter, up to 4K resolution and 120 frames per second on PS4, 5, and Xbox One Series X. Doesn't say that for Steam, though. That's interesting. Fully customizable keyboard and controller game support, as you might expect. extended modding support, that's nice. Local split screen and cross-platform online multiplayer for up to 8 players. That's interesting. So you can play with somebody on the PlayStation and the Xbox, and you guys can play together. That's pretty cool. You'll get the existing add-ons, Plasma Pack and Cryptic Passage, along with this, and there's some new missions available there as well. Here's the announcement trailer if you want to click that. Of course, I will have a link to this article down in the description below of this video. But yeah, this looks to be fun, and it's due out on December 4th. All right, here's a little bit of sad news from GameRant.com. The guy behind the legendary Toasty phrase from the Mortal Kombat series, Dan Forden, is leaving the studio, ladies and gentlemen. So he started off way back when in Midway Games. He's been there for a long time. I think it was like 20, 30 years or something like that. He's got a thing down here. We'll find it in just a second. But he has been, this little Toasty thing's been in there since Mortal Kombat 2 in 1993. His voice, his image. This is a beautiful art. And there were like 10 different articles, by the way. I chose this one because it's got a nice history of the game and Forden's accomplishments over the years. I thought that was really well done. Let's see, there was, did I already go past it? There was a thing where he said he figured, 37 years he's been at that studio through the name changes and through the buyouts. He has been working on Mortal Kombat as the audio engineer this entire time. The audio director, engineer, whatever you want to call him. The man has done a crap ton of really great work. I know Mortal Kombat is one of John's favorite games of all time. I enjoy it a heck of a lot, especially when John is beating the hell out of me. But it is a bit sad to see this guy go. He doesn't give any indication of what he might do next. He probably just going to take some time off. I hope he spends it with his family and has a great enjoyment of retirement. But yeah, a little bit sad for us in the gaming world. Okay, and what may be the craziest bit this week from TechSpot.com, some modders have turned the Lego Game Boy that just got released a little bit earlier this year into a fully working Game Boy console. So, there was a person, let's see, Lego announced it, back in late July. As you guys know, we've been talking about it for a little while here. And then there was, Natalie the Nerd, who is the one that all the articles are out about her right now. But there was another dev person that did another system a little while ago, right before hers. But this one is getting all of the press right now. It doesn't utilize FPGA-based hardware emulation. So instead, she assembled a unique configuration of authentic Game Boy components that function identically to an official unit. Impressively, the modifications retain all 421 Lego pieces. So here are some images of what she has created. You can see the screen right there. Now, this is currently, it has no battery in the system yet, so it's powered by, I think it's a USB-C that I saw somewhere down here, but she's got, she's talking that she might be trying to build this out and sell it. I'm a huge Lego fan. I didn't grow up with the Game Boy. I was a little bit older when it came out, but boy, I mean, it'd be kind of cool to have a functioning handheld Game Boy that was inside of a Lego system. But you start talking about the prices. You got to buy the Game Boy from Lego. Then you got to buy the mod kit from her. But yeah, it might just be worth it. Anyway, I'll have a link to this article and all the rest down in the description of the video. I can't wait to hear you guys' thoughts on this. This one looks like a big blast of fun from the past. And that will wrap it up for another episode of Bit by Bit. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Stick around for the rest of the videos on the channel. John has some great stuff up on the Game Station Go that you definitely want to go check out. It has been a blast to have this episode with you guys today, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye. That's going to do it for the news making headlines in the gaming world right now. I am George, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, and I'll keep on bringing you the news bit by bit.